Welcome back to another edition of Clean Air. I'm your host, Miguel Lombana. It's the weekend of the Coca-Cola 600, and Joey Logano's set to compete after having a strong second-place finish in the All-Star race. We've got him on the phone to talk about it, and with no delay, Joey, welcome back to Clean Air. As always, it's a pleasure to have you on the show once again.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I know that I speak for all the Clean Air viewers when I say congratulations for a second-place finish at the All-Star race, and we can all feel the win is right there on the horizon.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate there. we want to win them, man, and it's just we're close, and that's a good thing. Our cars had a good speed. I thought our Penzo Ford was fast the other night. Not quite as fast as the 48 car, but we're getting there, and I feel like we learned some really good things that we can practice with and figure out what we're going to need when we get back to Charlotte there, and work on it a little bit more. So. It's always nice to go back to the same track and try something again.
Well, let's talk about the All-Star race. Tell us how much fun it is to run in the All-Star race, especially since, as we were reminded constantly during the TV broadcast, the points don't matter.
All-Star race is awesome. It's a ton of fun, and that's what everyone has that attitude. The points don't matter. It's really you have nothing to lose. It's all for the win, and it makes it a lot of fun. And obviously, strategy came into play a lot there with the average running position at the end of every 20 laps, and some people staying out, some people doing 2 or 4, and how to do that. And I feel like we took a fairly conservative route and tried to be up towards the front and average within the top 5 throughout the event, and that's what gave us a good starting spot for the end to try to give it a run for that $1 million. So just came up a little bit short.
Well, I know we all love seeing you run up front, and we can all feel that that win is so close. So continuing with the All-Star race, it's lap 2. You see your teammate Brad Keselowski on the inside apron as you come down the back stretch. First, at that speed, can you even tell it's him down there? And what kind of communications are going on between your two teams? And are they telling you anything?
Well, I looked down there, obviously, and I noticed it was him. But that time our green flag, so I keep going. And when the caution comes out, I asked what happened, and they were still trying to get an answer on what happened at that time. So we talked about it really when the red flag came out there for the rain, and really at that point, what are you going to do? So we just kind of hoped for the best after that, and hopefully we learned about what it was and how it happened, and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excellent. Well, it definitely worked out for your team. So let's shift gears to another series. Drivers have to work their way up to the Sprint Cup Series. Any drivers that you see on the radar right now that are really making a strong charge to move up?
There is a few for sure. There always is, and always interested to see how they do once they get here. But there is a good group of kids coming up here that they're going to get an opportunity here shortly, I believe, and we'll see how they do in the Nationwide Series, the Truck Series, and I think there's a lot of good stepping stones for it right now.
Well, yeah, that is so true. So I, for one, am a huge fan of nationwide races. It's definitely a more intimate environment. And you ran in the series at Talladega and Darlington, and you're set to run in the series again in Iowa in June. For the benefit of our Clean Air viewers that may not have been to a nationwide race or even seen it on TV, what are the big differences between nationwide and Sprint Cup cars and their racing style?
Well, there's a lot. I actually run in Charlotte this weekend, too, in the Nationwide car. So excited about getting back in them. I have a lot of fun driving Nationwide cars, but obviously the cars themselves are different, mainly because of the horsepower. But the guys you're racing against are a lot different, too. So, you got the group of guys out there that are racing for points. You have a group of guys out there racing just for wins, and guys that are racing to have the opportunity to get in a good car. And so you just have a little different genre of drivers out there. Instead of the Cup Series, everyone's racing for points. Everyone's trying to make the chase, and obviously race for wins. But it's a different type of race.
Well, that's exactly what I was kind of leading into with my last question. There's a lot of Cup drivers that run in both series, yet the fans don't seem to come out to cheer for their favorite drivers in Nationwide. In your opinion, are they missing out?
Well, I do think they're missing out, but when I look at that, I think people want to watch the best of the best. Why don't more people show up to a professional NHL game instead of a AAA team game? You know what I mean? There's more people there because they want to watch the best of the best. and that's what the Sprint Cup Series is. But I do think they put on great races. So if you're just a race fan, I think they're great races, and I think if you can watch a local late model race and watch a great race there too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully some of our viewers who are also your fans will get out to the track and see you running nationwide as well. So you're about to compete in the longest race in the Sprint Cup Series, the Coca-Cola 600. I know that I want to get out of my car and stretch after driving a couple of 100 miles. What do you as a driver have to do to prepare yourself for such a long race?
Well, I mean, you need to over-prepare a little bit more. Obviously, that extra 100 miles makes it long, and it'll be warm outside. And, so you just got to basically do everything we've done before as far as preparing as a driver, but going a little further on everything to make sure you're physically and mentally prepared.
I think we all know what a little further on everything means. I think that our viewers can figure that one out. So we have one more question, and this one comes to us from our Fuel for Success Facebook page, and it comes to us from Michael Dunning, who asks, if there was a Joey Logano blooper reel, what would be on it?
Probably a lot. My whole life is a blooper reel. But no, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there'd be plenty of it. I don't really know what it would be. If you followed me for a day, I'm sure you'd find 5 or 6 things.
I would love to do that. Well, Joey, as always, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us and share your insights with the Clean Air viewers. Have a great run at the Coca-Cola 600. We will all be watching.
All right.
That's Joey Logano taking the time to call in before the Coca-Cola 600, and that's another episode of Clean Air. I'm your host, Miguel Lombana, and as always, we'll see you at the track.